Steven, get up, it's time for another review.
Oh, whoa. Alright guys, so as you may know, we are hosting a VR event in June, so check out the description for more information. We really need your help and you can also win something. So well, today we're going to have a comparison between 5 of the best or the most sold mobile VR headsets we found on Amazon. So I would say let's get directly started and let's check them out. So well guys, here's the first mobile VR headset we have found. That's the cheapest one. So the cheapest plastic one, you know, Google Cardboard probably. It's very cheap, just a couple of bucks. And there are several applications in the Google Play Store, also on the iPhone, you can check it out. So you just start the application, you put it into Cardboard and you can experience 360-degree videos, 3D videos, games, and yeah, much more. So well, here the first one, the cheapest entry-level one. This one here starts at around $10 to $15. You can find a link to that down below in the description. So well, how does it work? So basically this thing here is made out of plastic, has here a head strap. And well, the good thing is that you can adjust the lenses, so you can adjust your IPD. That's the difference between your eyes in order to get the best experience. And you can also adjust it if you're near or far-sighted. So that's actually pretty good. But this VR headset has very cheap quality, so it has a plastic body and it's pretty hard to take it apart. Now you can slide out here the plastic tray and you have to put in here your smartphone. So basically there's some kind of spring here inside and you can put in smartphones from 4.7 to around 6 inches. But well, the best experience you can get right now is with the Sony Xperia C5 Premium because it has a 4K display. Well, as you may know, it doesn't run all the time at 4K, but if you start 4K videos, they will also play back in 4K, and the display looks really stunning, even better than on my iPhone. So well, this is how it works. Then you just slide it in, you start the application, and now it matters which application you start. So there's no application for the VR box, which is kind of bad. And also the field of view is really bad. So it's terrible for games, for watching movies. It's also not really the best. So the lenses are also very cheap quality. There is absolutely no ventilation inside. So this can really get foggy if you sweat a lot. And I would not really recommend those glasses if you want to use them on a longer period. So they're absolutely just for experiencing it for the first time, but not really a good experience. If you want to check them out, link is down below. Now the next VR headset we have found here is the Shinecon. So it's a little bit more expensive, it's around $20 to $25, but it's very similar to the VR box, but a little bit better quality on the lenses. Now you can detach the faceplate, it has some magnets on the outside, and basically this headset sells under different names. There's one manufacturer in China and you can find it under various brands, but trust me guys, all the same quality. They just changed the faceplate here with a different logo. So this is how it looks now. You can basically flip up that here, and here in the front you can put in your smartphone, but there's a spring inside, so you can extend it up to around, I would say 5.5 inches, probably 6 inches, and the quality seems to be really kind of bad. It's easier to clean than the VR box. Both headsets, they have no application designed for them, so you have to use the cardboard applications or something else, and they have no kind of magnetic switches or something, because you know, you don't have control, so you need some kind of controller or some kind of switch or some gesture controls, okay? This is how it looks like. You can adjust your IPD. You can also adjust, if you're nearsighted or farsighted. Now, it looks a little bit better than the VR box regarding the strap. And here on the inside, we also have leather, so it looks a little bit more premium, so some kind of fake leather. Still, the ventilation seems to be kind of bad. You can easily swap the lenses and you can also easily clean it, but that's everything. The field of view, I would say it's 85. It's a little bit better than on the VR box, but still not really usable for games, and you really don't feel so immersed because you can see huge black borders. You have to zoom in a lot, and I don't like the lenses on those cheap VR headsets a lot. Okay, this is basically the VR box and Shinecon. All in all, they have bad field of view, crap build quality, but they are super cheap and they work with almost every smartphone. Now let's continue and let's check out something more expensive. So here we have the next more expensive and more premium VR headset. This one here is Samsung's Gear VR made by Oculus. So well, you probably know Oculus Rift, the first VR headset, and actually the quality of this VR headset is pretty good. It's still completely made out of plastic, has here a pretty not so stable dust cover here with the Samsung logo, but everything pretty easy to clean, so you can clean here the lenses from the inside, lots of space. The only bad thing, Samsung's Gear VR is only compatible with Samsung devices. So here you can see it, it's compatible with the Note 5, the S6, and yeah, also with the S7, so there's not a huge difference, but only Samsung devices. So you have here a USB port, you have to plug in here your Samsung device, then put it down, and then it snaps in here like this. You can switch here between A and B, between the Note and the normal S6 or S7. And yeah, that's it. On the inside, we have a light sensor, so if you don't look directly into the VR headset, it switches off your display to save power. So why? Because it's connected with USB to all those things here, and this also drains power from your unit. On the right side, we have a D-pad. It's a capacitive touch D-pad, also with a button. We have here a back button and volume controls, which is really useful. On the other VR headsets, you don't have a volume control, so you can't adjust the volume, you have to take it out, and this really sucks. Now the lenses, they're pretty good. I would say around 195 degrees field of view. I think in the datasheet it says 96. You can take off here the foam to replace it, which I think is pretty useful because it will wear out after some time. The ventilation is okay, but probably not as good like on other headsets. And the bad thing, yeah, only Samsung phones. And the controls, yeah, they're not so good in my opinion. It's really hard to find the correct controls. But there is one application, it's Samsung's own application. You can also use the Oculus Store, and the application is very good. You can watch YouTube videos, you can watch Facebook videos, and you can do basically everything in all simple application, which you can't do in the other things, especially of one last VR headset we're going to check out. So let's come to something more expensive. The Gear VR is around 100 USD. This one here, the Zeiss VR One, is around 120 USD. Now, yeah, Zeiss, you probably know them. I have some kind of gun scopes where the lenses are made from Zeiss, and I have to say, simply awesome quality. And you also have here pretty nice lenses. So the field of view, I like it the most on the Zeiss VR almost. So it's around 100 degrees, and the lenses, they're almost double the size than some lenses you can find, for instance, in cardboard. And also they have pretty good quality. So while the whole VR headset looks actually very futuristic, you've probably already seen that, very nice quality, and also you can basically slide out here some kind of plastic tray where you have to put in your smartphone. But well, as you can see, this is not some kind of universal tray. You have to print this out or order it for every smartphone. That means if you have several friends and they want to try it out with their own smartphone, it's not possible. This will only work for the smartphone you ordered. And you have to buy them for around $10, and I think you can even print them on your own if you have a 3D printer, but this one here is not so super nice. So this one here is for the C5 Premium. I can put it in here like this. I mean, it fits there perfectly, and this also makes sure that the smartphone is always in the correct way and the perfect way possible. On the right side here, we have a magnetic switch. So there are several devices having a magnetic field sensor, so this should actually work as controls, but I'm not so happy with those controls, so the one on the Gear VR are definitely more advanced. So here on the inside we have some kind of foam which you can't replace so far as I can see, but looks like pretty decent quality, a head strap, and yeah, that's it. So as I've told you, field of view on that headset, I absolutely love it. Huge lenses. Now there's also good ventilation because there's a lot of space under the nose, but basically also light can come in from here, so yeah, I'm not so super happy with that. But all in all, the Zeiss VR has really good quality, but yeah, it's very expensive and only works with one specific smartphone if you don't order more of those plastic trays. Now here we have the last and one of my favorite virtual reality headsets, and this one here is Noon VR. So it retails for around €89, or actually $99 on Amazon, link down below. And it's basically a very light and portable virtual reality headset. If you check out this Chinese chunk, then it's way bigger, way heavier, and every gram you have on your head matters after some time using it. Alright, so you can detach the faceplate here, so yeah, just like on all the others. And here on the inside you can see we have some kind of rubber strap to fix in here your smartphone. Here also some kind of plastic stands which you can adjust for the size of your smartphone. Works with everything between 4.7 and 6 inches. You can find the compatible devices down below. And yeah, the quality of it is pretty good. The lenses are also very nice. The field of view, I would say 95 degrees. Not as good like on the Zeiss VR, but still very nice field of view. The strap is also nice. It's very lightweight, but still decent quality. Here on the inside we have foam, and you can see a lot of ventilation holes. Ventilation is pretty important. If the device gets foggy while using it, while you sweat a lot, then this really breaks your VR experience. But well, what's the best thing about VR headset? And this is basically the application. So the Noon VR application is especially designed for the Noon VR headset. What is also pretty cool is that there's even an own profile for all the cardboard applications. You know, all those other things you have to adjust everything, but here you can especially choose Noon VR to render all those applications to get the best experience out of the VR headset, and this is really important, so that's pretty good quality. The application is a 360-degree player with some more features. In the future you can also watch YouTube videos, Facebook movies, and also you can probably play games. And right now you can basically watch movies from your storage, and you can also watch online movies, so there's some included, and there will be way more in the future. The best things are definitely the controls, so once you buy the headset you get free activation codes for the software, and it has knock gestures. So basically you just look at the things you want to enter, you just wait a little bit and then you can enter. So it's just like a mouse click. But if you want to go back, then you just have to tap twice here on the back side. So there are no controls, no buttons you have to search, you just tap. If you tap once, it will center the cursor, because you know sometimes the picture is really off because it saves your location. If you look in this direction, you start the application, you look like this, you won't see the picture anymore. And with one tap, you can bring it back. So actually, the controls in the Noon VR application are very good, and this is something I like about that VR headset. So really small, made out of plastic, just like the other ones, but the best thing, definitely the application and the pretty good lenses. Alright, so what's now the best VR headset? So well, I would say better save your money, don't buy those Chinese $10–15 headsets, because they have a really bad field of view and it's not a good experience at all. Well, the other ones are pretty expensive, but if you want to have it for a longer time and you can also change your smartphone so to grade up the display, it really makes sense to invest a little bit more into that. But if you just wanted to try it out, so if you like it or not, you can basically go for it, or just check out Google Cardboard, which is only a couple of bucks. Alright, so my personal favorite is actually Noon VR and Zeiss. The bad thing about Zeiss is it only works with one specific smartphone and it's super expensive. So this is why Noon VR is better, because you can basically use it with every smartphone, and also the quality is really good. I mean, the field of view could be better, but the application is really nice to use, and also I really like the design of it. So just leave us a comment down below on what VR headset you like the most. For sure there are other ones like the FreeFly or something like that with 120 degrees field of view, but we're going to make an update video in the future, so stay tuned. Check out our event down below in the description. And now, thanks for watching, have a nice day, and bye bye.